The cold doesn't negotiate. It doesn't care if you spent $500 on the latest ultralight jacket or if your tech gear promises extreme cold protection. The explorers of the Arctic and Antarctic laughed in the face of that same cold, armed with nothing but ancient insulation that still outperforms most modern gear. Stick around, hit that subscribe button, and I'll show you why centuries of survival wisdom beats lab-made textiles every single time. Back in the late 1800s and early 1900s, the poles weren't playgrounds. They were death traps. Temperatures plunged below -50, winds could slice like knives, and exposure for hours meant frostbite in minutes. But explorers like Roald Amundsen and Fridtjof Nansen didn't just survive, they thrived. Their secret wasn't fancy tech. It was materials honed over centuries. Natural furs, down, and smart layering techniques that trapped heat, moved moisture, and kept them alive where modern synthetics often fail. Fur and skins were the original insulation champions. Thick underfur trapped air to create a natural barrier against the cold. Guard hairs kept wind and moisture out like tiny shields. Seal, reindeer, and caribou weren't just clothing. They were armor. Explorers layered them intelligently, combining density and breathability in a way your $500 jacket can't replicate. Inuit hunters had mastered this for generations, and explorers borrowed their techniques. It wasn't just about warmth, it was about surviving day after day in conditions that would fry modern insulation. Properly maintained, these natural garments could last decades, resisting wear and tear in ways synthetic materials struggle with. Down and feathers took the strategy even further. Goose and duck down have a natural loft that traps massive amounts of heat. The trick isn't just fluff, it's the air pocket magic. These pockets prevent heat from escaping while keeping weight ridiculously low. Amundsen's team famously used down layers inside fur parkas to survive the Antarctic chill. Modern jackets might use synthetic down alternatives, but the real stuff adapts, self-regulates, and lasts decades if cared for. Quality synthetic fibers struggle to match. Air trapped in natural fibers insulates even when compressed, wet, or layered, something modern synthetics rarely achieve in extreme conditions. Modern gear talks about layering like it's new science, but explorers and indigenous Arctic people lived it. Multiple thin layers trap air more effectively than one thick coat. The air acts as insulation, and you can adjust layers based on activity. Move fast and peel a layer, slow down and add it back. No high-tech jacket gives you that flexibility without compromising heat retention. Layering also protects against sweat and snow, keeping your body dry. Dryness equals warmth, and warmth equals survival. The explorer's approach was both simple and genius, a principle that preppers can still use today. Science backs up what explorers already knew. Air is an amazing insulator, and natural fibers excel at trapping it. Moisture management is another win. Fur and down wicks sweat and snow away, keeping heat where it belongs. Synthetic insulation? Once it gets wet, warmth drops fast. Breathability and durability also favor ancient materials. A well-made fur garment lasts decades, resisting wear, while synthetics can degrade under constant freezing and thawing. Ancient explorers designed every piece with survival in mind, not style points. When you stack ancient insulation against modern jackets, the results are telling. Modern synthetics like Thinsulate and Primaloft are lightweight, compressible, and great for casual cold. But, they struggle in prolonged extreme conditions. Wet snow, high winds, and days of exposure really expose their weaknesses. Ancient materials don't just survive these conditions, they dominate them. Nansen's Arctic expedition proved it. Fur and down outlasted every early synthetic trial, keeping teams alive in conditions that modern gear still struggles with. For preppers, the lesson is clear. Look at the Arctic explorers' methods. Study layering, material selection, and moisture management. Even if you can't source caribou fur, understanding the principles, trapping air, controlling moisture, balancing weight, can transform your survival strategy. Hybrid designs are already emerging, combining natural down and modern fabrics to give you the best of both worlds. Your survival kit isn't just about what's on the shelf, it's about understanding why it works. Ancient knowledge gives you a blueprint that synthetic gear alone can't match. The cold doesn't wait. Neither should you. Ancient Arctic insulation proves that centuries of wisdom can outperform even the fanciest modern jackets. Study it, adapt it, and build your survival strategy around principles that have saved lives for generations. If you found this valuable, hit that subscribe button and share this video with your fellow preppers. Trust me, you'll want everyone to know that sometimes old school beats high tech, especially when survival is on the line.